Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. It has been all over my feed. All over my feed on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube of Clarissa Vaughn. Clarissa Vaughn is a nurse that works at the Regency Medical Center in Dallas. And we had Kerry Jones, young mother of two, expecting her third, which was a boy. She came into the hospital already in labor. She was already showing signs of labor from home when her mother, Cash, brought her in. They had made an appointment before they got to the hospital to say that my daughter is in labor. She pulled up to the hospital and the nurses came out to tell her that she had to park in front, that this was for ambulances only. In absolute distress and panic because her daughter was crying, she was not stable. She now was looking so distressed because she didn't know what to do. And anybody who is a mother and has had children, you absolutely understand that this is a situation of SOS. The mother is in danger, the baby is in danger. There was a security guy, there was a policeman there who said, "Don't worry, I got you." And he was the one that was able to get the wheelchair in order for her daughter, whom had now slid out of the seat in the car and was just crying out for help. They brought her into the waiting room where she sat there for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a lifetime for a woman that's in labor, and especially when Carrie said that the baby was in her bottom. It means that the baby at any point in time could start crowning. And when we say crowning, it means that you can already begin to see the baby's head. That is a crucial time for the mother and for the birth of the baby. Let me play the clip for you, of which has now garnished, let me double check this, has now garnished 53.2 million views on TikTok with 165 comments. The mother's TikTok name is called Sugar Babies, and she is Cashman2814. Let's watch the clip.
When's your due date?
Right now.
Is your due date 11?
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3.
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes.
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Okay, this is the first patient for you. Alright, last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due
I
date
just
is the
said it
10th.
was the 10th.
I think her due date's the 10th.
She had 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
To unfortunately to probably 2 minutes.
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they treat people here.
Thank you.
Are you able to call the anesthesiologist?
Someone is coming to take you to labor and delivery.
That's not what I asked.
I cannot, no.
The mother Cash informed us of what happened because so many people wanted an update. Here's the clip.
Hello, TikTok family. This is a follow-up on the video that I posted earlier. So I was at work. I had no idea of the activity that was going on. My daughter's texting me, calling me. I didn't know what was going on. So finally I get home, they tell me about the video, and a lot of you was asking about a follow-up and to explain the situation. So this is the situation. My daughter went into active labor at home. We took her to the hospital. She called ahead of time, so we know they are expecting us. However, we get there to the emergency room. We watching nurses, putting gloves on, running to the door. They get outside of the door, and I drive a black SUV, and they look at my vehicle, and one of the nurses come up to the window, and she goes, I'm sorry, this is for ambulance only. I said, well, my daughter is in active labor. And she was like, okay, she said, but you're going to have to go to the front. I'm like, I have to drive to the front. And they said, yeah, you have to drive to the front. Okay, another redhead. And so I'm like, so she's in the, you hear, and it was like, yeah, she started bagging up, hit the button, went back inside the building. So I go around to the front. I get out of the car. Again, this girl is in more pain now than she was when we first left the house. And she started saying, I feel pressure, I feel pressure. I said, take deep breaths. I ran in. I said, hey, my daughter's in the car. I went to emergency. They told me I had to come to the front. So the lady was like, what's your daughter's name? Told her Kiara Jones. She gets out some paperwork. Started typing in the name. I was like, ma'am, do you have a wheelchair or anything? She's in the car. I need to get her in. Oh, if you check on the other side of those doors where the vending machine's at, there should be a wheelchair out there. There's no wheelchair out there. So she gets up, she walks in the back, and she come to the door with a wheelchair. She said, here you go, ma'am. I said, excuse me, you're not going to come with me? And she was like, no. Oh, okay. So, a police officer was in the lobby. He gets up. He grabbed a wheelchair. He goes out the door with me. He said, come on, I got you. Went out there. She is on hands and knees in the back of the vehicle. And I'm like, oh, shit, what is going on? And then she goes, it's in my ass. And I was like, what? And the guy was like, and she was like, he said, okay, she was like, give me a minute. She could not move. So when that contraction eased, we put her in a wheelchair. He said, you can go park your car, because they, again, had people out there. So I went park my car. It wasn't even 30 seconds. I run back in the building. She's just there with a stack of papers in her hand, screaming that this baby is coming. This baby is coming. I look at the registers behind the window, and they looking at me, and they was like, well, we can't do anything until she signed the papers. Are you fucking kidding me? So I grabbed the papers, and of course, it's all ER bullshit that they have. And I was like, you want her to sign this, and she's in active labor. And they was like, okay. I was like, ma'am, she was supposed to be induced earlier today at 8 o'clock. And they called and told her that they will call her because they didn't have beds. And they will let her know. And no one ever called back. They called back every hour on an hour. And they was like, no, we'll call you back. And then finally, her water break, she called them. They tell her to come in. So why is she signing these papers? We need her in labor and delivery. And it was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. So the charge nurse comes out. And she saw the paper signed. What fucking, are you serious right now? And she closes the door. And then the lady behind the window at this point, my daughter, scribbled her name on all the papers. We gave it to her. She says, thank you. She walked it around to the charge nurse. She opened up the door. My daughter is literally like having a contraction. And she's just standing there in the door. So we push her into the door. I said, can we get her into labor and delivery? She said, no, we have to fill out all this paperwork. I have to do the paperwork and get her a band before we can send her upstairs. So that was the video that you guys saw that I initially posted. So the next video that has no picture on it was when I was pushing her in and we was at the window because they asked me to move her from the window so they can take care of the guests or, patients that was coming in and out. Do not go to this hospital. This hospital is ghetto as hell. They do not care about black women or their babies. This is crazy. I read about stuff like this all the time. But to see this firsthand, this lady did not care. None of them. It wasn't until we got into labor and delivery where we saw an ounce of care or sympathy for her. Before then, they can care less. She did not care if she gave birth in that wheelchair. That was not her problem or her concern.
You know what hurt my heart? Carrie started. That's when you know I gotta do for me, because I got nobody here helping me or my baby. She's gasping for air. She cannot breathe, and she has to make sure that she gets oxygen, that her system is operating as it should in order for her baby to be safe. There was another clip where she said, I think she was asking whether she could be taken upstairs. And the nurse, which was Lacrista Vaughn, said, I have to finish your paperwork or something. And Carrie said in the sweetest voice, that's not what I asked you. It took a minute for me to do the video. I could have done it yesterday, but I was crying. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these horrible stories. Before I continue, I want to applaud Carrie's mom, Cash. You were able to be calm in a situation that had absolutely gone off on its railings. To be that calm in a situation, to see your daughter in such distress and have the wherewithal to say, let me film this, because that way they can't say I'm lying. I applaud you, I salute you, I thank you. And you're a mother of mothers, because you not only carried your daughter in your womb, you carried your grandchildren in your womb also. Because when female babies are born, we already have our eggs. So that's a mother and a grandmother. I applaud you, Carrie. Your son should be so proud of you. You are an amazing warrior. To your beautiful son, who was born 12 minutes later, and because of the distress of what was going on with the mother, he was born with his eyes open and he stooled in the womb. It is so unfortunate, my little king, but you're a special one. God bless you. May you always honor your mother and grandmother, because they fought for you.
Hey guys, I'm here with Mom and baby Cash. They are doing well. He has a doctor's appointment tomorrow at the pediatric center. It's a lot of concerns. They taking tests on him. He still have to go through several other tests down the line because he was born with his eyes open, and due to the stress and trauma that occurred in the triage area, the baby had a bowel movement in mom, and the fluids was green, and like I said, he born with his eyes open. So they are, you know, taking all that in consideration as well. But he's eating well, sleeping well, looking good. And I was also reading a lot of the comments, and some of you under the impression it was twins. They are not twins. This is daughter with baby Cash, and this is other daughter with baby DJ. They are a month apart. DJ born 10-10 and KJ born 11-11. Thank you again for your support and your concerns, and we will most definitely keep you updated.
I blame the hospital because you enabled this. Because Lacrista Vaughn has done this before. Because Lacrista Vaughn has done this while other nurses and other staff turned away.
Going back in the building, man. We got it.
I'm gonna wait right here with my boyfriend.
You can go ahead and turn your phone off too, please.
I can record. I'm in a public place.
All right.
Yeah, look at the treatment.
It's not enough for you to be fired, of which you are not yet.
What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So, just a quick update on Lacrista Vaughn. I mean, this nurse has went more viral than the ick nurses. I mean, there's million. I mean, she's everywhere. The nurse who watched that patient in labor and being doxxed, it's just crazy. But there's information going around that, oh, she's been terminated. This nurse did not get fired. That's misinformation. She did not get fired. She's still an employee at the hospital. They right now do not have her in the hospital, and they have her under investigation. And it was told to me that she can't be in the hospital because people have been out in front of the hospital protesting, sending in bomb threats. They even had hospitals mixed up, and there's another hospital across the street. They was over there harassing them people. So the internet is on full 100. And that's the thing. People take things from the internet and they, you know, become reality. Like it's scary. You got to be very careful how you treating people out here, because you just do not know. There's a lot of crazy people in the world, you know, that will take shit from 0 to 100. And but is misinformation. She did not get fired. Dallas has their comments off, you know, they're just pending investigation, but not fired. It's not true. It's misinformation. And yes, the hospital is under stress because people are calling, people are protesting, people are calling in bomb threats. It's just people are doxing her. Information is all over line.
Your license should be taken away, and you should never ever work in the medical field again. You are heartless and you are cold. Because from the second the Cash pulled up in her car, regardless of whether it was for ambulances, I mean, let's think about it. It's for ambulances to pull up because you have a casualty right there. This was a casualty. You could have taken Kerry out of the van and told the mother to park. If need be, you could have said, go ahead, park, but we will take her from here. You should have laid her out on her side, given her pillows, given her blankets. One of you should have run in to Lacrista Vaughn, where Lacrista could have started to do the paperwork. It wasn't important, Because if you don't care about black women, if you did not care about this woman, my God, couldn't you have at least cared for her son? Lacrista Vaughn, the same thing. You should have gotten up right away. Oh, babe, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, darling. You know what? Let me get you a gurney. Let her lie down. Let her lie down. If in the event that you needed the paperwork, you could have held her hand. What's your name? What's the date of birth? When you could see that you had the limited information that you needed, you could have said, let her go with one of the nurses. Mommy, do you mind to stay with me a little bit? Let me just finish this, because you know it's the rules and the regulations. Explain to them, communicate. You could not even turn around. You couldn't even turn around. How despicable that is. Why would anybody want to go and have their child there? She could have lost her life. She could have lost the baby's life. This could have been something else. And you don't care. You don't care. That's why you have 53.2 million eyeballs on this, because it is unacceptable behavior.
Nurse named Lacrista Vaughn, just a nurse named Lacrista Vaughn, and she sat here with complete disregard. This is a registered nurse named Lacrista Vaughn, and she sat here with complete disregard for a woman in active labor, screaming in pain, asking for help, and she responds to her and says, I cannot help you. And this isn't even the first time she's been caught on camera with, in my opinion, a complete disregard for her patients. A black trans man came in from having seizures, and according to him, he was treated like he was on substances. Which, by the way, even if someone was, they still deserve to be cared for. The woman that she treated this way, a black woman who is already at a higher risk, she ended up delivering her baby 12 minutes after getting out of triage. Her baby had their first bowel movement while still inside of her. However, we have an update that they are doing well physically. You can't tell me as a nurse that she is not aware of the statistics of black women in healthcare. To look at her in the eyes and say that I can't help you. And for anyone who's ever had a baby, you know how horrible this type of pain is. And I guess the hospital, allegedly in my opinion, doesn't like all this attention because they shut down their comments. I found this post very concerning, where she says, any suggestions on switching specialties, looking at moving from ER to labor and delivery? Are there any open residencies in DFW? Thank God she didn't find an open residency, or she changed her mind. Because she, in my opinion, shouldn't be in labor and delivery, the ER, or any type of job that involves any type of care for human life. Giving birth to your baby should be a magical, safe experience where doctors and nurses believe you and they treat you with dignity and care. This mother should be able to go home and enjoy being with her baby and have walked away feeling safe, and they got the exact opposite. For what reason? I would love to hear in her words why she treated her that way. And lastly, for anyone who believes that there isn't racism in the medical field because maybe you're a nurse and you would never do that, if you can see a video like this and not see that this is happening, you're part of the problem.
How many times have you been pregnant?
3!
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass!
Let's talk about that viral video of that pregnant woman sitting in a wheelchair, obviously in active labor. That nurse appears to ignore her. I am not here to tear down that nurse, but I am going to talk about the system and legal standards that govern this situation. Under the federal EMTALA law, any pregnant person that arrives to an ER must receive an immediate medical evaluation. Labor is a medical emergency. Delays in triage can become negligence, failure to rescue, and even EMTALA violations. What did you see in that video? If the timing is correct, that's delay of care. And absolutely, that nurse can face consequences, from hospital write-ups all the way to board investigation. When I watch that video without reviewing the chart, this is what I see. Failure to assess, failure to intervene, failure to follow policy, failure to rescue. Hospitals are almost always named in these cases. Not to mention, if that delay of care caused any harm to that mother or that baby, they just open themselves up to a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. So what is the standard of care here? A reasonably prudent nurse would have stopped what she was doing and assessed that patient. She would have already had someone coming up to transport her to labor and delivery. And if you want to try and blame it on staffing, she could have called a rapid response. And if none of that happened, in the eyes of the court, that looks like failure to rescue, failure to assess, and failure to intervene. I know that I use my channel to harp on you guys about your charting, but this is one of those situations that your charting absolutely does not matter in that moment. Put down the damn pen and help a woman in distress. I'm the Legal NP. Like always, protect your license and stay safe out there.
The video I just watched is absolutely horrifying. There is footage circulating on social media right now of a young black pregnant mother in active labor arriving to an emergency department, and instead of receiving urgent, compassionate care, the triage nurse appears to be more focused on completing paperwork than focusing on the human life right in front of her. It appears she doesn't visibly check her, no fetal monitoring, no stabilization, instead forms in a mother that is in active labor. This is a medical emergency, and in that moment, she appears to be completely ignored. No empathy, no humanity, just cold, and that is completely unacceptable. My heart goes out to that mother. I hope with all my being that she and her baby are okay, because we as healthcare workers, we should be the ones that embody light, hope, compassion, humanity. But in this case, all of that was missing. And here's the hard truth. This is not an isolated incident. Black women in the United States are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. 3 times. If you saw that video and if what you witnessed is an obvious display of discrimination and you felt your blood boil, you are not alone, because I am fired up too. Because this is entirely preventable. And as caregivers and as healers, we must demand better from ourselves and from our system. And to that young mother, I truly hope you're okay. I hope someone stepped in. I hope you were heard, and I hope you were seen. To my fellow healthcare workers, we need to do better. We must show up. We must listen. We must take action, because every mother deserves dignity. Every baby deserves life, and every patient deserves humanity.
For all of you that are messaging me that video of that mama in active labor, that's normal and that's standard protocol for all hospitals to get the paperwork filled out first, do you understand that black women are 3 times more likely to die in childbirth? 3 times. I gotta calm down for a second, because I have given birth to 6 children. I have never, ever been treated the way that poor mama was treated. Do I think I would have been treated the same way in that particular hospital with that particular nurse? No, I don't. Could I be wrong? Maybe. I don't think so. But if you can sit back and the number 3 times doesn't bother you, Lord help you. Because it bothers me. It has opened my eyes to something I wasn't aware of. 3 times. We got to do better, y'all.
Due date. Right now. Is your due date? 11. What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. This is your 3rd pregnancy? Yes. You have 2 babies at home? It's in my ass. You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
Imagine your daughter is in active labor and you take her to Dallas Regional Medical Center, where she has to wait to be seen 30 minutes while a human being is trying to come out of her. Then she goes to this triage nurse, Lacrista Vaughn, who starts to ask her the most ridiculous questions. Questions that she clearly could have waited until after this woman was stabilized. She gave birth in less than 15 minutes after that video. And what I'm thinking is, how bad was the situation that her mother decided to take out her phone and started recording the nurse? Where is this nurse compassion? Where's her empathy? And she's a woman. She knows what women go through. See, men have no clue, right? Men will never understand what it's like to have a human body come out of you. But her, she not only put at risk this young mother, but she also put at risk her unborn child. Why didn't she get her a room to start monitoring the baby? Make sure that the baby's heartbeat was okay, that the baby was not under stress. She took no action whatsoever. Seeing that young woman in active labor, it's almost like she was enjoying it. Like the longer she took to ask her some stupid ass questions, the more she enjoyed it. There's only two reasons why this happened. Either she hates women or she's a racist. Either way, we want her license, and we want it yesterday.
And shame on the hospital, because you're enablers. She has done this before. Other medical staff have done this before, to the point that it was the policeman at the hospital who said, you know what, let me help, because he knew that it was inhumane. If that was my child, if that was me, I would be so frightened. My only baby that I struggled to get pregnant with, and I'm treated like this, I really would be in tears. I would be crying. I would have peed. I would have pooped. I would have taken my clothes off. I would have screamed at my mother, please give birth to my child. Because all faith in this hospital would have gone. Would have absolutely gone. And the only person that I would be able to trust would be my mom, who brought me there. It's a disgrace. The hospital has to shut down. And you need to re-evaluate who are the people working there. It's my constant... anyway, you know... It's funny, you know. I have 2 children now. I gave birth to one. I adopted my daughter, who was my best friend's daughter, and she passed away via cancer. I've talked about it on the show before. And it's funny because until I became a mother, before I realized that motherhood is the hardest job I will ever do. And the worst part about motherhood for me is the fear. I am always afraid for my children. I am always afraid that, oh, God, please put somebody kind in their midst to take care of them when I'm not there, when I'm not looking. Take care of my children. It's the worst part of parenthood. It's the fear that somebody like Lacrista Vaughn will cross paths with my child. And this woman did it in front of the mother and did not care. I am always afraid. I'm always afraid because there seems to be no humanity anymore. You give an oath to preserve life and fight for life. And we have people like Lacrista Vaughn who couldn't even turn around. Who couldn't even turn around. And this poor woman, poor girl Carrie, with 2 kids at home, giving birth to a 3rd. And this is the experience that she has to go home with. It's despicable. It's despicable because it didn't have to go down like that. It was so heinous and inhumane. and inhumane. And there are people that walk around like this. They walk around. And the poor little baby that is coming into this world, this was his experience. You should never work in the medical field again. Absolutely not. Carrie and Cash, again, congratulations. And my heartfelt condolences to what you experienced. I am so very sorry. And I hope that you sue the hospital and you get a lot of money. That's all I can say. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the notification button and share this so that all women are in Dallas, Texas, where was it? I think in Mesquite. They do not go to the Dallas Regional Medical Center because Lacrista and the like will be there. My love to all of you. And take care of yourselves with all of my love.
If I make a mess of it all, remind me, babe.
Oh my God, I am so excited. I am so excited, my darlings. We have officially launched the FDV website and we have what? We've got products, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts, we've got tote bags. I am so excited. A lot of you said, Fumi, when are the t-shirts coming? And I want to tell you that I am terribly humbled. I had launched this exclusively at the meet and greet, and for the life of me, I did not know that we would sell out. I had no idea. So I had to put the money back into the business so that I could get some more t-shirts and tote bags for you. And I want to say what a journey this has been. The 2 t-shirts that I have, and I'm wearing one now with the v-neck, and I measured it so that it comes right down. Whether you're big busted, whether you're small busted, it will come right down to the center without opening with the bust. And darlings, I have what is delayed is not denied, because everything started much later in my life. I got married at 40. I had Adrian at 48. I started YouTube at 45. I started my business at 55. And so I want you guys to know that what is delayed is absolutely what is not denied. And so I made these for you in white as well as in black. It is tagless because I react to tags. We have t-shirts where you have no tags, and these go all the way from an extra large to an extra small. Some of you will be wondering, Fumi, what size are you wearing? I am wearing an extra small. We also have it in black for you, so let me show you. What is delayed is not denied. There you go. So whatever your preference, if you like white, if you like black, go right ahead. I love both. It is absolutely fabulous. Everybody, anybody can wear this. And just look at how it goes all the way down. I love it. So it covers your bottom for those of you that are conscious. You can also tuck it in halfway as well. Make it loose, loungy with your jeans. And then you can roll it up. You can style it any which way that you like. I love it because you can also layer it underneath your suits because it's getting colder now, and the quality is absolutely what? Absolutely fabulous. And for my ladies that are double X, you can get the extra large because it is that big. You're going to love them. Super soft. Put them in the wash. They don't shrink. They don't shift. They don't shed. I put a lot of work into this because it was really personal. And I wanted again to send a message that what is delayed is never denied. And that means that you're only prepping yourself for greatness. It will come to you with such greatness. The next t-shirt that I made was eating my salads and minding my business. I loved it. And that's how I got here, in essence. I ate my salads. I began to really have a healthier lifestyle. A healthier lifestyle, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Meaning that what no longer served me, I no longer wanted. I think that I just thought I can just bash myself around. I can abuse myself. I can ill-treat myself. You don't say beautiful things to yourself. But I would say it to everybody else. Oh girl, you're fabulous, gorgeous, this, that. I never said it to myself. And I began to realize that, Fumi, you know what? In the eating your salads is a representation of really taking a healthier stance to all of you, to everything of you. And salads are healthy, but you have the mental, you have the emotional. So I started speaking positively to myself. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I got more confident and I really began to love myself. And in part was when I started to say, Fumi, wear your natural hair. You are beautiful. You say it to others, you don't say it to yourself. And when I started to say it to myself, I began to have more confidence. I also realized that, Fumi, you don't have to be in any negative spaces, negative anywhere, because what? I am healthier. Hence the eating my salads. The minding my business was amazing, because the more I minded my business, the more time I had to be productive with my life. Isn't that a trip? Oh my God. That is the real meaning of this. Mind my business. So I really wasn't into the gossip. I really wasn't into unproductive conversation. I sat at a table and every girl, lady, woman, female at that table was a CEO. When I tell you, we talked about production, we talked about fulfillment centers, we talked about where you can get better fabrics from Prague, from Portugal, from Bangladesh, from this, from that. I was rejuvenated. And I realized that, for me, when you stay away from stuff that does not serve you and is not productive to you, you truly mind your business. And I became a better mom. I became a better wife. I spent more time with the family. I enjoyed Adrian right across the board. That is a representation, because you are weeding out what no longer serves you mentally, emotionally, physically. Eating my salads and minding my business. They also come in an extra small, and it goes all the way to an extra large, and it's a bigger, loungier size. That's another thing, because I have been different sizes on this channel. Bigger busted, smaller busted. I've been curvy. I've been a limousine girl, and I loved every stage of me. I did. I really did. And that was why I said I'm going to make it a loose fit. Why? Because if you're a curvy girl, it will suit you. If you're a slimmer girl, it will suit you. If you're an athletic girl, it will suit you. It's no longer what you look like. Truly, it's how you feel. And my limousine girls and my curvy girls, do you know, at that stage was one of my happiest times of my life, because it was when I gave birth to Adrian. This body created life when I was told so many times that it couldn't. And that was how I really realized, it became so clear to me that, woman, you're amazing. Men can wear it too, my darling boys. I will come out with a crew neck, but I thought, let me come out with a V-neck so that you can put all of your jewelry. That's another thing. You can put all of your jewelry, you can put all of your necklaces. It's just enough for it to show. It is just enough. When I tell you, this took so long, and it's plain in front, and you got the message in the back. You see, when you're walking away, clicking in your heels, that's the message. I lived for it. So those are the t-shirts, my darlings. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport, when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes, and then we also have it in ice cream, because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous. And God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below. And I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.